Hello, you superb people, how are you? Today I'm talking about the irony of life. And that's not that kind of irony. Yeah, I do believe in irony, and I also believe in doing the ironing. Famous words from a song. I'll tell you all about it on the other side. The irony of life is this. When we come into life, we kind of come in as a clean sheet, supposedly. I think we're not really a clean sheet, but we've forgotten everything. So it's like a clean sheet. And we kind of go through the beginning of our life and we reach what would be called our physical peak. Yeah. When you're kind of, you're 18, 19, your body vibrates with vibrancy and health. Everything's in the place that it should be. That nothing has started to drop. Everything's there. Jawlines defined. Obviously, if you've got that kind of body, but everything, you can eat what the hell you like. It doesn't matter. And it's just everything's super duper, except on the inside. That's the outside. On the inside, bit of a car crash, bit of a train wreck, isn't it? You don't really know what you want. You think you want this, and of course that's not what you want. You find out later that it wasn't what you wanted. You think that you're invincible, and so you go about damaging your body with all kinds of extra curricular activities that you shouldn't do. So it's kind of like you're gifted with this most beautiful vehicle, and all you do is just drive it around really too quickly and smash it against walls and stuff like that. And then time passes and you become responsible, and you might have a family, and everything becomes very, very dark and black as the children are growing up, and you think, is this what life's all about? And then you get to a place, and probably many of you are there already, this place, this Zen moment where you think, hey, life's really good. In fact, I know pretty much about what life is. I understand what's important, and I understand what's not important. I understand what I should be doing, and I understand what I shouldn't be doing. Yeah. Sometimes some people hang on and they don't reach that point for a good while, but you do get to that place of like, hey man. And and I look at young people and I think, you poor bastards. You've got all of that to go through. All you've got is that lovely vehicle that you keep crashing into that wall with. But, apart from that, you've got to learn everything that I know, and I can't tell you. As the saying goes, you can't get drunk from reading the label on a bottle of wine. You've got to live it yourself. And so we, and I say we because, my audience, I've seen the general age. You're all about my age, and there'll be some young people. I don't want to offend the young people, don't want to offend the older people who might be looking at me thinking, listen to that little whippersnapper, he knows nout. Wait till he gets to my age. But, we have all of this knowledge, all of this understanding, all of this wisdom. And yet, at the same time, as the wisdom accrues, the vehicle falls into, it's not disrepair, but it kind of loses its shine a bit, and as you get older, you look at yourself and you think, goodness, well, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, why is everything about 2 inches lower than it was when I was 20? And this is it's kind of like, as you're given all of these gifts of life, the gift of the physical is taken away. And it's like a cosmic joke, isn't it? It's the cosmic joke. By the time that you're ready to die, you're probably at the best that you could possibly be, like mentally. I'm not talking, if you've got a debilitating disease or whatever, but like, if you're still, when you're vibrant and you're 80, vibrant and 80, vibrant and 90, I'm living till I'm 120, whether they like it or not. I'm living up to 100, and then the last 20 years just to piss people off. Yeah, but let's say you're 80 and you're vibrant and everything, you're like, you know such a lot. You understand life. You look at things, don't fool me with that one. as they say here in Spain, go to another dog with that bone. Thank you very much. But your body's going, are you planning on being here much longer? Because, it's getting a bit of a job holding all of this up. Everything seems to... We were on the beach in Murcia, and Cynthia said, what happens with our bodies as we get older? And I looked at the elderly people and I said, well, basically, everything's still there. It's just a little bit lower than it was. Everything drops. Yeah, everything drops. And I wonder, is there a plan in the future for us to have the best of both worlds? To have all of that knowledge, and undoubtedly we already do, we just don't have access to it. When we come into this world, we leave behind in our higher self infinite knowledge, infinite understanding, if you believe that. And we come here and we're kind of like novices again, we keep having to be a novice. But I wonder if there's a point in the future where perhaps we can live longer. Lots of people talking about the med beds, and they're going to increase, the last thing that the current governments want is us to live longer. They definitely don't want that. Okay, definitely the opposite way they want. So it would have to be this new paradigm shift of, hey, everybody's going to be here, everyone's going to be lovely, and maybe stick. I mean, what age would you like to stick at? What age do you feel on the inside? On a good day. Like for me, I'm 30 on the inside. That's what I feel. I'm about 30. 30. I don't think I'd like to be 20. Too many hormones for my liking. They kind of overtake the thinking process. I prefer to have that, in its place, well in its place, but not overwhelming the whole idea of thought. If you open a boy's head when he's 20, all that's going to come out are hairy triangles. Is that all you think about? Well, pretty much so, yes. Yeah, that's what they say. So, I know, at 30, I'm happy with 30. That's what I feel like. And so wouldn't it be lovely if we were able then to kind of regress or stick, maybe not in our lifetime, who knows, maybe just stick at 30 and then have all of that wisdom. Wouldn't that be nice? That would be paradise, wouldn't it? Have all these beautiful people walking around with all of this infinite knowledge going, yes. Well, I wouldn't do that, because even though it would be fun, I know it could damage me. Things like that. Things that young people don't do. Young people just say, is that fun? I'll do it. Yeah. So that's where we are. Really, it's just a general chat. This one is just a general chat about I don't know, what could come, what we could move to, and what would be nice. What would be nice. What I'm aware of, though, is that people get to a certain age where they start talking about leaving. And it's almost like they're kind of preparing themselves to be gone, obviously, or, we know that we're going to go. But lots of people get to a place where they say kind of, well, I've had enough now. I've done my bit here, and I think I'd like to go. I've heard lots of people say that. I'd like to go. Well, when I'm gone, I'm going to leave you that clock. Things like that. They start giving away bits. By the time that they're ready to go, all the house is given away. Do you want that picture? Do you want that one? You can have that one. You start giving away everything. I don't want to take anything with me. Yeah, well, you can't, can you? That's the thing. Coffins don't have pockets. Can't take it with you, can you? So, a great meditation that really helps to overcome the loss, which is effectively what we're going through. We're going through a very, very long-winded loss. The loss of youth, the loss of life, or whatever. And one of the meditations that Anthony de Mello suggests is that we meditate on seeing our dead body and just looking at it, impassively. Just impassively. And watch as it decomposes and disappears, and how the bones break down and we end up as dust, and then watch as the wind blows it away and we're gone. I've done that a number of times. It's really helpful. It kind of puts things in perspective, like when somebody said to me, imagine you're on your deathbed, you've got a few minutes left, and you're talking about I wish I had. Yeah? What kind of sentences would you make when you're just about to leave this life? I wish I had. And at the time I was a workaholic. And so he said, would you say, do you think, I wish I'd worked a few more hours. I wish I'd done more overtime. And of course you realise that that would be the last thing that you'd want to say. No, the wish I had would be, I wish I had spent more time with my family. I wish I'd loved more. I wish I'd laughed more. I wish I'd danced more. I wish I'd spent more time in the country, in nature. I wish I'd had more fun. That's kind of the truth of the matter. When we're here, we think we're eternal and we think that life never ends. And of course, as we get toward the end, then we start realizing that it does. All right, yeah, we're going to come back, but we're not going to come back as this person. And that's the loss. So we should really prepare for it. And we should live every day as though we were on the last day of our lives. And think about it in that way. If this were the last day of my life, what would I do? Okay, a lot of people would stop working, wouldn't they? let's not take it too seriously. The whole workforce in the world would stop. That's it. I'm not going in. It's the last day of my life. I'm going to have some fun. Okay, but definitely, death is not something that we should be scared of, and it's what the baddies want us to be scared of. They want us to be scared of death. That's the sword of Damocles that they hold over us. Death. And once you've come to terms with the fact that we're all going to bloody die, and that I'm going to die and you're going to die, once you've come to terms with that, then there's a lot less to be scared of. There's a lot less to be scared of, and a lot to be absolutely comfortable with. Yeah? So there you are. There you are, my thoughts on life, death, and the collapse of the body. Okay, I love you all. I'll see you all later.